U.S. House Speaker Mike Johnson said in an interview today on the BBC that he does not expect Washington to pursue military intervention in Greenland, as U.S. President Trump repeatedly insists he will settle for nothing less than ownership of the autonomous island.
It's a small population of people, and I think diplomatic channels is the way to go, and I think the president's appointment of an envoy, recognizes that. But Greenland has strategic importance to us because of its geography, its placement, but not just to the U.S., but to all freedom-loving people everywhere.
In a post on social media yesterday, Trump said an additional 10% import tariffs would take effect starting in February for the 8 European countries that agreed to contribute personnel to a NATO exercise in Greenland. In response, Dutch and German officials referred to Trump's tariff threat as blackmail. Ambassadors from 27 European countries will meet on Sunday for an emergency meeting. Let's discuss this now with Jim Townsend, former Deputy Assistant Secretary of Defense for European and NATO Policy. Good to have you with us this morning.
It's great to be here. Thank you.
So talk to us about Trump's threatening tariffs on European allies. How feasible is this in getting Trump to reach his goal?
Well, I mean, that's a great question. It's unprecedented. It is something that has stunned certainly the Washington community, the United States as a whole. This is not something that's being received well on Capitol Hill, either by Republicans or Democrats. So as a tactic, we're pretty appalled. As far as getting this to his goal, well, if his goal is to split up the alliance, he's getting closer and closer to that. In terms of a goal of getting those nations that are part of the exercise to leave, I don't think that's going to work. And I hope other allies will join in this exercise.
So if these tariffs do end up being imposed, talk to me about what that means for NATO.
Well, it means for NATO an increasing tone and an increasing feeling within the alliance that the U.S. can't be trusted, that the U.S. has turned into a bully, is become a threat, is a country that you can't work with any credibility or with any hope of achieving a goal that we might have been able to achieve a year or two or 10 or 20 years ago. I think it's something that is going to send a chill through the alliance, and that's going to be a big job for Mark Rutte, the Secretary General of NATO, to try to counter.
What do you make of Mike Johnson's comments on not expecting U.S. military in Greenland?
Well, he's towing the party line. There is no more loyal congressperson than him, and so what he says is, maybe he believes it, maybe he doesn't. But I think, given the recent activities and rhetoric coming from the administration, I don't think you can sit back and assume that. This is something that suddenly has burst upon the scene here in Washington, that Trump will do the unexpected, even something as stunning as using military force, whether it's Venezuela or whether it's in Greenland. We can't assume that won't happen.
All right, we will leave it at that, but of course we will be watching for any developments there. Jim, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
That is Jim Townsend, former Deputy Assistant Secretary of Defense for European and NATO Policy.